We settled Mars over a century ago. Making this dusty rock our home wasn't easy, but the promise that led us across the void was freedom. Something my family's bled for many times.
Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, introducing you to my Red Faction Armageddon Insane Difficulty video walkthrough. And what we're doing now, we are retrieving the chip for Kara, and you'll notice we start off this level with a bunch of like the Marauder guys in the crazy fucking seahorse looking armor. But it doesn't last, we don't get any kind of escort or any good shit like that. All we're going to be doing is moving through these rooms to rooms, taking on a hell of a lot of the aliens, and getting to the point where we have to smash the monolith that I mentioned in the last video. And if anybody's wondering why I sound really nasally, I do have a blocked nose and it is affecting my speech, so I do apologise, but what can you do? I live in a country that's predominantly filled with cold weather, and every so often I get cold, so you know, there you go, sucks dick. But the other night, a friend of mine's parents have gone on holiday. They've gone somewhere abroad, somewhere nice, and he asked me and a couple of friends if we wanted to go over have a nice gaming session, and that's exactly what we did. And me and my friends, our usual gaming sessions involve going to whoever's house it is. We all bring TVs, so we've all got super nice tellies, and we're all in the same room on 4 televisions with 4 Xboxes, and we'll either do co-ops, or we'll do onlines, or we'll do something like that. We might have a few beers, a few energy drinks, a couple of takeaways, whatever's, you know, takes our fancy, but for the most of it, it's pretty much just gaming. And the other night, we went to a friend of mine's called Dave, and he needed to beat the game on Insane on Gears of War 3. So we sat down with it. We'd already started it a couple days back, and I'm trying to think where we started. I think we were just on the level, I think we were just on Act 3, where you first get introduced to the Formers. And we played from there all the way up to the end of the game on Insane, on 4-player co-op. And I think we got to the last boss at about 6 in the morning. We'd been playing from about 12 at night till 6 in the morning, so we did it in about 6 hours, which is not too bad considering that, you know, it's a pretty challenging game, and it does scale when you play on co-op, which is a pain in the ass, because it makes things a lot harder than they need to be. But we got to her at 6, and by 9 o'clock we were still fucking getting our asses handed to us, and we'd even turned mutators on. So we had the super reload on to try and do more damage, but I don't know, man. I don't even think it fucking does against the boss, because you shoot the Therons with it and they drop in seconds. You can so see a difference, but when you're shooting the Queen, it doesn't seem to make a damn bit of difference. And because the Hammer of Dawn doesn't have a reload, it doesn't even affect it, which is really annoying. And we still couldn't do it. We were getting our asses handed to him, and me and another friend, we were all, you know, in stubborn mode. We were like, we're gonna fucking do this. We've been here for like 3 hours trying to beat this bitch. We're gonna win this. It's just gonna take a while and a bit of luck. And my other 2 friends, not quite as resilient or as patient, and it was kind of one of those things where we unanimously gave up. And then we went our separate ways, and I ended up going to bed, and only getting 3 hours sleep, only to go to bed the same night and sleep for like 20 hours, so that was kind of fucking stupid. But I came back after that massive ass pounding, and when I woke up from sleeping and recovering from it, I decided to try and take on the Queen on myself on solo arcade to get the Onyx medal for doing it. And I did it first time. And it only took 2 hammers, which is even different to the video that I've uploaded to YouTube for my guide, where it took a hell of a lot longer. So I just don't understand that fight. It is so fucking random, and especially considering the trouble we had as 4 people, because that game on Insane is so much more difficult with people than it is when you're on your own. You can't even quantify why it's harder. Like there's parts where the dudes with the Nasher shotgun will shoot you from maybe 10 to 15 yards and they'll instantly kill you. And when you play on your own, they'll barely scrape you. It's almost like it doesn't do 1/3 of the damage it does in 4-player co-op. So if you're like me and you're interested in going through the game on co-op with your friends, just be careful and be warned, because the game is real fucking hard. And because it's on Insane, you don't go down, you have to respawn, and the respawn time is 26 seconds, and that is horrific if you ask me. They should have done what Halo did, where it's instantaneous, no waiting about. I don't understand the respawn delay, it's very frustrating. And especially when you consider the spawning mechanic on arcade mode, on Gears of War, it's just fucking garbage. Like, you can literally get spawned bang next to an enemy, or bang next to a boss, and sometimes if you get spawned when the boss is in an animation, you'll instantly die when you spawn. It's really, really rough. But we had a lot of fun with it, and I unlocked a shit ton of mutators by doing it, which was super cool. There I go again, using the singularity cannon to save my ass, just to show how useful it is. Really powerful gun. You need to get that shit in your inventory, because if you do, it'll make everything from here on out very simple. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of crazy how a boss can be like that. And I know I've talked a lot about this particular boss because it's hot shit right now. There's a lot of people still using that video. That video is averaging more views than any video I've ever made, and that is a super cool feeling. But boss is weird. Boss is real weird. I'm not even going to defend it. It sucks and it's weird. But we had a good time, and I suppose that's the main point. But we didn't beat it, and it's kind of like a defeat. And there's nothing worse than getting beat by a game. It fucking sucks so bad. It really does. But as you push through here, you're going to be going across various catwalks. Stuff like this is going to happen where it'll break things. If you push forward there, you'll probably fall and have to walk all the way back around. So just try and be careful and not trip up on stuff like that. It is a bit of a quiet section here, trying to build peaks and valleys to show you, quiet calms and chaos and what have you. But we're currently looking for the lab, and it's actually quite fresh to me right now, this stuff, because I can't remember playing this part of the game. Obviously, if you see nests like this, don't go rushing in. It'll just kick out even more enemies, and it'll get you into a massive clusterfuck. Shoot them from a distance, take them out quietly. And if there's one on one side, they generally mirror it on the other side, because that's how they like to design stuff on this one. But Kara's talking to me. Now we have to clear the area, and as you can see from the red lasers, there's more of those Houdini motherfuckers that I really don't like. And just the standard gymnasts bouncing around like idiots. And that guy stood there, trying to bum a smoke or something, because he weren't trying to kill me. And this is why you will always prefer fighting the aliens than you do the humans. The humans will not stand 5 yards from you and just chill out. They will shoot you to shit and you'll die in seconds. The aliens don't really know what is with the programming. I know they've tried to make them interesting and give them a bit of character and personality by the way that they move and the way that they act, but they just look like a bunch of stoners asking for weed. It's just not lethal whatsoever. These guys, however, if they hit you, they will hurt, so be very vigilant when it comes to the white dudes. White dudes are bad. That's what you need to remind yourself every time you fight them. White dudes equal death. Well, pick up some more ammo, keep pushing forward, and this bit's not too bad at all, this stuff. I wonder if how long I've got. I think this is when the Berserker turns up. Yeah, this is a boss fight coming up. So what's going to happen is when we get to this corner on the right, you're going to see a bunch of eyes start glowing in the darkness, and it's one of those Berserker guys. There he is. So he's going to rush you, and if he hits you when he rushes you, he does some serious damage. So the best thing to do is hit him with the most powerful weapon you have at your disposal. Mine is the singularity cannon. I'm shooting it at his feet, so it hits the ground, so it detonates quicker. And just hitting him with everything I can, and you can use that wall like I just did then to stop him from hitting you with the acid, because the corrosive cloud he throws at you does some serious damage. And just keep strafing left and right, hitting him with every part of explosive that you've got, and you'll fall down like that. Good night, sir. And then you can run past, and this is the massive room with the monoliths in it. And the reason why this next section is challenging is because there's no checkpoint. You do not get a checkpoint for beating the Berserker, and if you die in this room coming up, you will have to kill him again. So, I died in this room, and I remember dying in this room, and it pissed me off because I had to fight the dude again. But my strategy for it is to run around on this outer catwalk, destroying as many of the monoliths as I can. I do not focus on the standard enemies for any prolonged period of time. I merely try and clear anything that's going to hit me repeatedly, and then I go straight in for the monoliths. And you need to try and get as much room away from the enemies as you can, because if you're close to them, you will go to the red screen so quickly, and then trying to get your life to regenerate can be a work of art. But as long as you keep a big distance and you use your roll and you utilise things like your singularity cannon, this should not be too bad. There's a lot of ammo around the room. Make sure you use that to your disposal. If you think you've killed all the monoliths and the enemies have still got a green glow, you simply haven't, and you need to find the one that's buffing them. And as you move around these corners, you will see them pop up two at a time, like these did. I do think, though, the smaller ones are nowhere near as resilient as the bigger ones are. So they go down very quickly, and as soon as you've killed everything in this area and you've cleaned up all the bugs, it will be the end of the level, and I think we'll be in the flying section. Don't hold me on that, but I think we are, and that is a lot more challenging than it looks. Trust me on that one. But we'll get into that when we get there, so just keep, moving along the catwalks, taking out the monoliths. shooting them with your singularity cannon, reloading it on the sides. And just be careful around here, because I do believe you can fall through the catwalk and put yourself in a really bad spot, and you don't want to do that. And I have no life right now. I'm just kind of winging it and hoping nothing shoots me, and there's shit everywhere. But luckily enough, the regen kicks in, my life starts doing what it's supposed to do, and I go all the way back to the spawning area. And this silly bastard decides to follow me, so he's not going to survive very long when I'm holding a rocket launcher, which is not the smartest move on his part, but, you know, he was trying his best, and you can't fault him for that. But just be careful on the catwalks. As I say, you can fall through them and put yourself in an awkward spot. And just finish off the monoliths with whatever you've got left. Stay out of trouble, you know, don't do drugs, all that great stuff. And you should be away, you should be well away. But the rocket launcher does not look like the best weapon to shoot the monoliths with, because they seem to be taking all hounds a pounding, and that is not cool. Not cool at all. But now that everything's been cleaned out, we can retrieve the chip and end the level. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope it helped, and you take care now.